So my journey has been surrendering me, surrendering stuff I hold dear, probably like your journey.
Well, very similar. I've studied that rich young ruler because in all the Gospels it speaks of him. And Jesus did something that was so fantastic because he looked at the first 9 commandments deal with outside things that deal with us. But the 10th commandment actually mentions do not covet. So it's inside out instead of outside in. So what Jesus was doing is he was saying, now I'm going to deal with your heart. And it's the heart where God has been dealing with me and the exclusivity of Christ, because it's inclusive, come all, but it's exclusive, leave after that. And so what I've learned on this journey, when we come to Christ, it's all about we get something, we get salvation. But when we come, there's 2 categories of people and leaders as well. Now he says, give me your carnality. It's not now getting something, now you've got to give something.
Right.
And that means that you're either going to be a carnal leader or you're going to be a spiritual leader.
Right.
And that means that choice is like that. And I've been looking at that in every choice that I make on how I approach and how I really evaluate my choices and how I'm responding to God. And that's what just getting a refined walk with God. Right now we're on a fast, and it has to do with that, because I don't hear a lot of voices today, especially with our platform, talking about revival. And we're praying a Greater Works fast right now from the 5th to the 25th. And there have been times where I felt like, well, why should I do this? And then the Lord say, why not? I gave it to you to do. Right. Those voices, John Berg, those voices like Andrew Murray and many others that were praying for the revival to come. And when you think about Brother Andre and the revivals that have happened in this country, that revival is not really about Karen and Gabrielle and my family having another car, another house, but it's about generations of Canadians that are going to be able to have the same gift of salvation that we take today dear. And it's caused me to fight even more for the revival of this nation, the spiritual transformation of Canada, and call others to pray for revival, not just think that it's going to happen. Yeah.
Right. Well, and I wonder what, I was thinking, what is it? Because I know when I was growing up, we had a little revival breakout amongst our young people. Like the Spirit of God began moving. It happened for about a period of a year and a half. And I was blessed to be in that season. And I know that when God moves, it's unstoppable. When He moves. So what is it that we can do to prepare our hearts? And I know that's what's on your heart. And I think it is about the cost. What is the cost? Do we want it? Are we praying? Are we seeking it?
That revival that hit you is because someone paid for that.
Right.
Because nothing happens unless someone prays.
Right.
So someone prayed for you.
Right.
Now, if you've been lifted up, you've got an obligation to lift others up.
That's good.
We'll talk more about that as well. But now is the time that we lay up for our children and for Canada as well.